So, let us begin this odyssey where the universe's deepest secrets are not shouted, but whispered in the quiet. We often think of the universe as a place of profound silence, don't we? A vast, dark canvas dotted with distant, silent stars. But this idea of a quiet universe is really just a human construct, a perception born from our limited senses, a perceived absence of noise that our ears can detect. However, beneath this stillness, this apparent quiet, lies something far more profound. There's a constant, subtle vibration, an ever-present hum, that is the fundamental pulse of existence itself. Think of it like the background radiation of the cosmos, not a sound you can cup your ear and hear, but an energetic presence, a pervasive essence that underpins absolutely everything, all matter, all energy, all that is. From the tiniest, subatomic dance of particles, those energetic little sprites zipping and whizzing in their ceaseless ballet, to the grand, sweeping architecture of the cosmic web, that vast, intricate filigree of galaxies stretching across unimaginable distances. Everything is in a state of perpetual motion. Everything is emitting and interacting with these subtle frequencies, these unseen energetic currents. This constant interplay, this silent exchange, creates a symphony of forces that are utterly invisible to us, a silent language spoken by the universe itself. It's a language that influences everything, from the fiery birth of stars and nebulae, like cosmic nurseries, to the very nature of our own consciousness, the way we think, the way we feel. We humans, we tend to be drawn to the grand, the visible, the spectacular. We crane our necks to watch meteor showers, we marvel at the sheer scale of galaxies. But in doing so, we often overlook the profound, subtle influence of these fundamental vibrations. These are the unseen architects, the quiet artisans shaping our perceptions, our experiences, our very reality in ways we are only just beginning to comprehend. To truly understand this silent hum, this underlying energetic thrum, is to unlock a deeper, more intimate connection with the fabric of reality itself. It's like learning to feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, even when your eyes are closed. And here's the truly fascinating part. This foundational vibration isn't just out there, in the vast expanse of space. It resonates within us, our own biological systems, the intricate workings of our bodies, our thoughts, our emotions. All of these operate on specific, unique frequencies. Our hearts beat with a rhythm, our brains hum with electrical activity, our very cells are buzzing with life. Recognizing this intrinsic connection, this deep resonance, allows us to begin to perceive the universe, not as something separate from ourselves, a distant spectator, but as a direct extension of our own being. We are not just observers of the universe, we are participants woven into its very energetic tapestry. It's a bit like imagining the universe as a vast, still lake. We often find ourselves focusing on the visible ripples that spread across the surface, or perhaps the occasional splash of a leaping fish. But the true essence, the deep, constant current that flows beneath, those subtle, unseen movements, are what truly influence the entire body of water, shaping its depths, its currents, and ultimately, its shimmering surface. It's in that unseen flow that the real story lies. But what exactly are these fundamental vibrations that weave through everything, and how do they manifest in what appears to be the empty, silent void of space? What does quiet truly mean to you? Share your initial thoughts in the comments below. Now, let's gently descend into the realm where the universe's most profound and counter-intuitive forces are born, the quantum world. It's a place that feels less like solid ground and more like a shimmering, ever-shifting sea of possibility. At this incredibly tiny scale, reality isn't quite what our everyday senses tell us. Particles, the very building blocks of everything, don't just sit there waiting to be noticed. Instead, they exist in a state of superposition, a kind of beautiful, hazy blend of all their potential states, all at once. It's like a single note held in 1,000 different octaves simultaneously, waiting for the right touch to resonate into a clear melody. This inherent uncertainty isn't a glitch in the cosmic code, but rather a fundamental characteristic, the very energetic foundation upon which our universe is built, a constant hum of what could be. And then there's entanglement. Oh, entanglement. It's perhaps the most poetic manifestation of these hidden forces, a cosmic dance of connection that defies our usual understanding of space and time. Imagine two particles, born from the same moment, linked in a way that's almost impossibly intimate. Once entangled, they remain connected, a silent, invisible thread weaving between them, no matter how vast the distance that separates them. If you were to nudge one to observe it spin, say, the other light years away would instantaneously reflect that change. This spooky action at a distance, as Einstein so colorfully put it, hints at a deeper, non-local interconnectedness woven into the very fabric of reality, a secret language spoken across the cosmos. What's truly fascinating, though, is the role observation itself plays in this quantum ballet. It's as if the universe, in its infinite wisdom, is waiting for us, for consciousness, to arrive and gently coax these possibilities into tangible existence. The act of looking, of measuring, seems to be the catalyst that collapses that hazy superposition into a definite state. This suggests a universe that's not merely a stage upon which events unfold, but a participatory universe, where our awareness isn't a passive bystander, but an active co-creator, shaping the very reality we perceive. It's as if the universe is holding its breath, waiting for our gaze to give it form. These quantum phenomena, while sounding like something from a fantastical dream, have very real, tangible implications that shape our modern world. They are the silent engines behind technologies we rely on every day, like the precise beam of a laser or the intricate workings of a transistor in your phone. But beyond the practical, they offer profound philosophical insights into the very nature of causality, the essence of reality, and our own place within this grand, unfolding tapestry. They are the subtle whispers, the quiet murmurs from the universe's core that, when we take the time to truly listen, reveal its deepest, most astonishing truths. Think of entangled particles like two halves of a perfectly balanced, invisible coin. You toss one, and without even peeking at the other, you instantly know its state. If yours lands heads, you know with absolute certainty the other, no matter how far away it's traveled, must be tails. This is the essence of their non-local connection, a shared destiny that transcends physical separation. It's a beautiful, almost mystical synchronicity. If particles can be so intimately connected across vast distances, defying our everyday notions of separation, what about the fundamental forces that govern their interactions? What unseen currents bind them together, or push them apart? That's where our journey will take us next. From the intricate, almost whimsical dance of particles we explored just moments ago, let us now expand our gaze, lifting our eyes from the microscopic to the magnificent. We're shifting our focus to the grand architecture of the cosmos, to the silent, unseen architect that shapes the very stage upon which all existence plays out. We're talking about gravity in its gentle, yet profound embrace. For so long, we pictured gravity as a kind of invisible rope, pulling things together. But Einstein, with his brilliant, almost poetic mind, offered us something far more elegant, far more wondrous. He revealed gravity not as a force, but as the curvature of space-time itself. Imagine space-time as a vast, invisible tapestry woven from the very essence of existence. Massive objects, like stars and planets, don't just sit on this tapestry. They dent it, they warp its very fabric. And what we perceive as gravity, that feeling of being held to the Earth, or the moon orbiting our planet, is simply everything else, following the contours of these cosmic dimples. It's not a pull, it's a gentle slide down a beautifully sculpted hill, and this warping isn't some static, unchanging landscape. Oh no, space-time is far more alive than that. It's not some rigid, unyielding grid, but more like a vast, cosmic ocean, a fluid medium whose shape is constantly being dictated by the presence and the movement of mass and energy. Think of it as a cosmic ballet, where every star, every galaxy, every speck of dust is gracefully choreographed by the ebb and flow of these distortions. The universe isn't just a backdrop, it's an active participant, its very form sculpted by the players within it. This subtle influence of gravity, this bending of the cosmic fabric, reaches even deeper, touching something as fundamental as time itself. It means that in stronger gravitational fields, time actually slows down. This is time dilation. So, time isn't this constant, unyielding river flowing at the same pace for everyone, everywhere. No, it's more like a gentle stream that can meander and slow its pace in the deeper, more curved parts of the space-time landscape. It's a profound realization, isn't it? That time itself is not absolute, but is intrinsically, intimately intertwined with the very geometry of the universe. And the most compelling evidence for this dynamic, rippling fabric comes to us in the form of gravitational waves. These are like the ripples on a pond, but instead of water, it's space-time itself that's disturbed. They're generated by the most cataclysmic, the most violent events in the cosmos, the collision of black holes, the explosive death of stars. When we detect these faint tremors, these echoes of cosmic violence, we're not just hearing about distant events, we're feeling the very vibrations of space-time. It confirms that this fabric isn't just a passive stage, but an active, responsive participant in the universe's unfolding story, carrying information across unimaginable distances. Think of space-time like a giant, stretched rubber sheet. If you place a heavy bowling ball in the center, it creates a significant dip, a deep curve. Now, if you roll a few smaller marbles across this sheet, they won't travel in straight lines. Will they? They'll curve inwards, drawn towards the bowling ball, not because of some invisible string, but simply because they're following the slope, the natural contour of the dented sheet. That, in essence, is gravity. It's the universe gently guiding us along its curves. So, if space-time can ripple and warp, if it can carry the echoes of cosmic collisions, what other subtle waves or fields might be permeating this vast, quiet universe? How does this idea of time being relative, of time itself being affected by the very structure of space, change your own perception of your past and your future? It's a thought to carry with us as we move forward. As we continue to explore the universe's subtle energies, we encounter the pervasive influence of electromagnetism, the invisible force that connects so much of reality. It's a dance of charged particles, a silent hum that underpins the very fabric of existence, a force that's both intimately familiar and profoundly mysterious. Electromagnetism, you see, is this incredible union of electricity and magnetism. It's the fundamental glue that holds atoms together, the architect of light, and the silent conductor of information across the vast cosmic stage. Think of it as the universe's own intricate wiring system, carrying signals from the smallest subatomic particle to the grandest celestial structures. It's the reason a magnet sticks to your fridge, the spark that ignites a star, and the subtle pull that guides a compass needle. Without it, there would be no chemistry, no life as we know it, just a silent, inert void. It's a force that's everywhere, woven into the very essence of matter and energy. And what is light, if not a beautiful manifestation of this electromagnetic ballet? Light is an electromagnetic wave, a shimmering spectrum of frequencies, each carrying its own unique energy and information. From the faintest radio waves that whisper across interstellar distances, carrying tales of distant pulsars, to the vibrant visible light that paints our world in a kaleidoscope of colors, this force is a constant, tireless messenger. It's how stars communicate their brilliance, how planets reflect their stories, and how our own eyes translate the universe into a symphony of sight. It's a continuous flow of energy, a radiant stream that connects us to everything. Our very own planet, this beautiful blue marble, is cradled within a protective embrace, the Earth's magnetic field. This invisible shield, generated by the restless churning of molten iron deep within its core, acts like a cosmic bodyguard. It deflects the harsh, energetic breath of the sun, the solar wind, preventing it from stripping away our atmosphere and life itself. And sometimes when the solar winds are particularly strong, this field puts on a breathtaking show, painting the night sky with the ethereal glow of the auroras, a celestial aurora borealis, a vibrant testament to this hidden life-sustaining force. On a grander cosmic scale, these electromagnetic fields are the unseen sculptors of the universe. They play a pivotal role in the birth of stars, the majestic sweep of galaxies, and the ethereal beauty of nebulae. They guide the flow of superheated plasma, shape the outward rush of stellar winds from dying stars, and are inextricably linked to the very engine of creation, the generation of energy within these celestial giants. They are the silent directors of cosmic ballets, orchestrating the grand movements of matter and energy across the eons. You can think of the entire electromagnetic spectrum like a vast, cosmic orchestra. The radio waves are the deep, resonant bass notes, vibrating with ancient information. Microwaves are the warm, mid-range tones carrying heat and communication. And then there's visible light, and beyond it, X-rays and gamma rays, the high, piercing notes, carrying intense energy and revealing the most energetic phenomena in the universe. Each frequency, each note, carries its own unique message, its own distinct signature of energy and information. But as we delve deeper into the universe's hidden forces, a question gently arises beyond these fundamental, powerful fields. Are there even more subtle, perhaps more intimate, energies that whisper to our existence? Where in your daily life do you notice the effects of electromagnetism most profoundly? But the universe's tapestry, you see, it's woven with so much more than just the forces we readily measure. There are whispers, aren't there, of subtle energies, fields that seem to elude our most sensitive instruments, like trying to catch moonlight on your fingertips. Now, we're all familiar, perhaps, with the standard model of particle physics. It's our current, beautiful map of the fundamental forces that govern our reality: gravity, that gentle pull keeping our feet on the ground, electromagnetism, the spark of light and the hum of electricity, and the strong and weak nuclear forces, the hidden architects of the atom's heart. But as we delve deeper, as we peer into the shimmering veil of theoretical physics, and the quiet chambers of philosophical inquiry, the idea of other, more subtle fields begins to bloom. We're talking about possibilities like scalar fields, or even, and this is where it gets truly intriguing, a consciousness-related fields. These aren't just wild guesses, but rather explorations into what might lie just beyond the edges of our current understanding, like uncharted stars in a familiar constellation. Think about the Higgs field, for instance. It's already a remarkable example of a pervasive, invisible influence, a kind of universal molasses that gives mass to particles, shaping them into the building blocks of everything we know. It's there, everywhere, even when we can't directly see or touch it. And if we can conceive of a field like that, then what about others? The exploration of these less understood fields could, and I believe will, reveal deeper layers of universal interconnectedness and influence. They might be operating at frequencies, at vibrational densities, that are simply beyond our current detection capabilities, like trying to hear a whisper in a symphony. These hypothetical fields, it's important to remember, aren't necessarily unscientific. They represent the frontiers of knowledge, the exciting edges where our current models might be incomplete, like a map with vast, beautifully rendered blank spaces. They are pursued through rigorous theoretical frameworks, through elegant mathematics that tries to capture the ineffable, and through the persistent, patient search for experimental evidence that could, like a faint echo, hint at their existence. It's a dance between the mind's imagination and the universe's subtle revelations. And the potential impact of such fields, if they are indeed real, is truly immense. Imagine if they could influence everything from the very nature of our consciousness, that inner landscape we inhabit, to the very structure of reality itself, the fabric of existence. Their discovery wouldn't just be another scientific footnote, it would redefine our understanding of the universe and our place within it, suggesting a cosmos far richer, far more interconnected, and perhaps far more alive than we currently perceive. It's like realizing the ocean you thought you knew also contains currents you never dreamed of. It's a bit like you're a fish swimming in a vast, deep ocean. You're acutely aware of the currents, the big, powerful tides that shape your journey. You feel their pull, their direction. But there might be subtler flows, almost imperceptible shifts in water pressure, tiny changes in temperature, or even invisible magnetic lines that also influence your path, even if you can't precisely name them or measure them with your fins. These are the whispers of the subtle energies. And if there are these subtle fields, these unseen currents shaping our reality, the very next question that naturally arises, like a seed pushing through soil, is how might they interact with consciousness itself? What does that dance look like? What unknowns in the universe most capture your imagination, dear friends? What are those quiet mysteries that keep you pondering as the stars begin to twinkle? And here's where the quiet universe begins to speak directly to us through the profound mystery of consciousness itself. We've been exploring the whispers of quantum mechanics, and there's a particularly intriguing echo that calls out to us: the observer effect. You know, that peculiar phenomenon where the very act of looking at something, of measuring it, actually changes its state. It's like trying to catch a butterfly with a net. The moment you try to pin it down, it flutters away, transformed by your very intention. This has led many brilliant minds to wonder with a sense of awe if consciousness isn't just a passenger in this cosmic dance, but perhaps a conductor. Could consciousness itself be a fundamental field, a pervasive hum woven into the very fabric of existence, capable of interacting with, and even subtly shaping, the quantum reality that underlies everything we perceive? This perspective invites us to consider consciousness not as something that emerges from the intricate wiring of our brains, like a complex song played by a symphony orchestra, but rather as something more foundational. Imagine it as a vast, invisible ocean, a pervasive field that's always there, interacting with matter and energy in ways we're only beginning to understand. Our minds, in this view, aren't the source of consciousness, but more like incredibly sensitive receivers, and perhaps even broadcasters, tuned into this cosmic field. It's as if we're all tuning forks, vibrating in harmony with a universal symphony, our individual awareness a unique melody within that grander composition. Philosophers and scientists, across ages and cultures, have danced with this idea. Some propose that the universe might be less like a cold, indifferent machine and more like a vast, interconnected mind, a mind-like universe rather than a matter-like one. This resonates deeply with ancient wisdom traditions, those beautiful, timeless stories that speak of a universal consciousness, an omnipresent awareness that permeates all things. It's like finding echoes of the oldest songs in the newest scientific discoveries, a comforting familiarity in the face of the unknown. And if we lean into this idea, if consciousness is indeed a field, then a whole new world of understanding opens up. Shared experiences, those moments when you feel a deep connection with another, or collective intentions like a group focusing on healing or peace, could be understood as resonances within this field. It's like dropping pebbles into a still pond. The ripples spread, interacting and influencing each other, creating patterns that extend far beyond the initial disturbance. This offers a potential scientific framework for phenomena that have historically been shrouded in mystery, things we've often labeled as mystical or simply unexplainable, like intuition or synchronicity. Think of consciousness like the subtle static on an old radio. It's not a clear station, not a perfectly tuned melody, but a pervasive hum that's always present, a soft undercurrent of existence. Our individual minds, with their unique patterns of thought and feeling, are like finely tuned radios, capable of picking up and interpreting specific frequencies within this broader cosmic static. We tune into different aspects of this universal field, creating our individual experiences of reality, yet always connected to the whole. So, if consciousness is so deeply, intrinsically intertwined with the very fabric of the universe, what does this profound connection mean for our personal experience of reality? How does this shift our understanding of ourselves and our place within the grand cosmic tapestry? And now, let us explore how these subtle energies and fields interact, creating a grand symphony of resonance. Think about a simple tuning fork. Strike it, and it vibrates at a specific pitch, a pure, clear tone. Now, bring another identical tuning fork nearby untouched. If you strike the first one just right, the second one, as if by magic, will begin to hum with that very same frequency. It's a dance of unseen forces, a whispered conversation between vibrations. This is resonance, a fundamental principle woven into the very fabric of existence. The universe, it seems, is a vast orchestra, and everything within it, from the smallest atom to the grandest celestial body, has its own unique song, its own particular hum. Planets don't just drift aimlessly. They trace predictable paths, their orbits harmonizing with the gravitational ballad of the cosmos. It's a cosmic music, a silent, beautiful melody playing out across the eons. And this principle, this beautiful echoing, doesn't stop at the tangible. It extends into the realm of our inner world, into the very essence of our being. Our thoughts, those fleeting wisps of consciousness, carry their own energetic signatures, their own frequencies. Our emotions, too, are vibratory states, a spectrum of feelings that paint our inner landscape. Even our intentions, those silent whispers of desire, possess a unique energetic imprint. When we manage to align these internal frequencies, our thoughts, our feelings, our deepest intentions with the outcomes we yearn for, or with the universal principles of love and abundance, we create a powerful resonance. It's like sending out a clear signal, a beacon that attracts similar energies, drawing them into our experience. We become magnets for what we focus our inner vibration upon. This idea of harmonic frequencies suggests something profound about the universe. It's not a chaotic jumble, but a meticulously ordered tapestry. There's a deep-seated coherence, a natural tendency towards harmony. When these frequencies align, when they sing in unison, there's a sense of stability, of effortless flow of growth. Conversely, when these harmonies are disrupted, when discord creeps in, we might perceive it as chaos, as struggle, as a breakdown in the natural order of things. It's like a beautiful piece of music suddenly hitting a jarring, off-key note. The universe, in its wisdom, seems to favor that which is in tune, that which vibrates in sympathetic accord. And this understanding, this glimpse into the universe's resonant nature, offers us a profound gift, the ability to consciously influence our own reality. It's not about brute force or sheer willpower, but about the subtle art of tuning ourselves. By cultivating inner harmony, by tending to the frequencies of our thoughts and emotions, we can amplify the positive vibrations that ripple outwards. We can become intentional conductors of our own lives, attracting beneficial experiences, serendipitous encounters, and the very circumstances that nurture our soul's growth. It's about becoming a clear, resonant note in the grand universal symphony, inviting in the melodies we wish to hear. Imagine a choir, each singer perfectly in tune. When they sing together, their voices don't just add up, they blend, they intertwine, creating a sound that is so much richer, so much more powerful than the sum of individual notes. That collective amplified beauty, that is the magic of resonance. If everything resonates, if we are all humming our unique tunes, what happens when these vibrations encounter matter and energy in different forms? Let's shift our focus now, shall we, to the messengers of the cosmos, the particles of light that carry energy and information across the silent, velvet expanse. It's a beautiful thought, isn't it? That the very things that allow us to see the universe are also fundamental to its workings, to its very fabric. These are the photons, the tiny, indivisible packets of light, the quanta of electromagnetic energy. They are the ultimate speedsters, zipping through the vacuum at the universe's absolute speed limit. Imagine them, little sparks of pure energy, on an eternal journey. They're responsible for so much of what we perceive, from the gentle unfolding of a leaf in the morning sun, that miraculous process of photosynthesis, to the very transmission of visual information that paints the world onto our retinas, allowing us to witness the grandeur around us. They are the silent storytellers, carrying the tales of distant stars and the warmth of our own sun. The way these photons interact with matter is truly a delicate, intricate dance. When a photon with its specific energetic step encounters an atom, it can cause a subtle shift, exciting an electron, nudging it to a higher, more energetic orbit. This is the very foundation of spectroscopy, that beautiful science that allows us to decipher the elemental composition of stars, of nebulae, of everything we can observe. It's a quiet exchange, a whisper of energy and information passed between the immaterial world of light and the tangible world of matter. It's like the universe is constantly having conversations, and photons are the eloquent diplomats. And the fascinating thing is, not all light is created equal. Different frequencies of light carry different amounts of energy, and this leads to profoundly distinct effects. Think about ultraviolet light, for instance. It's a higher frequency, a more energetic pulse, and it has the power to actually damage our DNA, a reminder of the potency held within these seemingly ethereal particles. Then there's infrared light, which we feel as warmth, a gentler, lower frequency that soothes and heats. This entire spectrum of influence, from the damaging to the comforting, highlights just how subtle variations in frequency can lead to such profound differences in how light interacts with the world. It's like a symphony of energy, each note with its own unique character. Beyond their physical interactions, light and its frequencies are deeply symbolic, aren't they? They represent knowledge, clarity, and that precious state of awareness. The way light falls upon an object, illuminating it, revealing its form, its texture, its very essence, can be seen as a powerful metaphor for how our own consciousness interacts with reality. It's through the light of our awareness that the world is brought into focus, that meaning is made, that the hidden becomes visible. Think of photons like tiny energetic messengers, each carrying a specific packet of information. When they arrive at their destination, that's matter. Of course, they deliver their message by transferring energy, causing a reaction, much like a whispered secret passed from one person to another. It's a transmission, a communication, happening all the time, everywhere. And this leads us to ponder, if light can carry such potent information, what other subtle carriers of influence might be silently shaping our reality, just beyond our usual perception? While we often associate the universe's quietness with the absence of audible sound, the reality of vibration is far more pervasive, a silent hum beneath the surface of everything we perceive. You see, sound, at its heart, is simply vibration propagating through a medium. Think of it as a tremor, a sympathetic shiver that travels. Even in the vast, seemingly silent vacuum of space, there are fundamental vibrations, resonant frequencies that shape celestial bodies, and the invisible energy fields that weave through the cosmos. These aren't sounds you can cup your ear to, not the crash of waves or the whisper of wind, but rather energetic oscillations, a subtle, cosmic dance that dictates the very structure of existence. It's like the universe itself is a giant, incredibly complex instrument, always playing a symphony, even when our ears can't quite tune in. And here on Earth, the impact of sound and vibration on living organisms is something we're only beginning to truly understand, though our ancestors likely knew it in their bones. Music, the deep resonance of chanting, even the ambient hum of a bustling city, all of it can profoundly influence our mood, our physiology, even the very brainwave states that govern our consciousness. It suggests a deep, almost primal connection between these vibrational frequencies and our internal experience, as if our bodies are finely tuned receivers, resonating with the world around us. It's like our inner landscape is a garden, and sound is the sunlight and the rain, nurturing or disrupting its growth. This idea becomes beautifully tangible when we look at somatics, the fascinating study of visible sound. Imagine scattering fine sand or a thin layer of liquid onto a surface, then introducing sound waves. What emerges are these incredibly intricate, often geometric patterns, like snowflakes formed by pure sound. These patterns are a breathtaking testament to the organizing power of vibration, a visual whisper of how sound shapes matter, creating order from what might seem like chaos. It's as if sound waves are invisible sculptors, leaving their signature in the very fabric of reality. By exploring these subtle vibrations, going beyond what our ears can detect, we can begin to consider how these energetic patterns might influence consciousness and matter on a deeper, more fundamental level. It's a way of connecting us to the universe's underlying harmony, a sense that we are all part of this grand, vibrational tapestry. Imagine the universe as a vast ocean of energy, constantly rippling, constantly in motion. Sound waves, the ones we can hear, are like the visible ripples on the surface, the crests and troughs that catch our attention. But there are also deeper, unseen currents and vibrations, like the powerful undertow, that subtly influence everything within that ocean, shaping its very nature. And this leads us to ponder, how do these universal vibrations interact with the very essence of life, with the spark of consciousness that animates us? And now, let us gently turn our attention inward, to the frequencies that define life itself. It's a subtle shift, isn't it? From the vast hum of the cosmos to the quiet symphony playing within our very own cells. Imagine, if you will, that every living thing, from the tiniest, most unassuming microbe to the grandest redwood, emits its own unique, almost invisible, energetic signature. This is what we call a bioresonance, a fundamental aspect of existence, like a secret language whispered between cells, guiding their dance, influencing their vitality, and shaping the very essence of what it means to be alive. It's the silent hum of your own being, a testament to the intricate, energetic tapestry that makes you, you. Our bodies, you see, are not just bags of flesh and bone. They are incredibly complex, finely tuned vibrational systems. Think of your brain, that marvelous organ, where billions of neurons fire in a synchronized rhythm, creating brainwave frequencies. These aren't just abstract concepts. They're the very architects of our consciousness, shifting and flowing like tides, guiding us through the spectrum of human experience, from the deep, restorative currents of sleep to the sharp, clear focus of intense concentration. Each state of awareness has its own signature hum, its own unique frequency, and from this perspective, health and well-being can be beautifully understood as a state of their vibrational harmony. When all the different parts of our internal orchestra are playing in tune, when our frequencies are coherent and balanced, we feel that radiant sense of vitality, that effortless flow. It's like a perfectly tuned instrument producing a clear, resonant tone. But when disharmony creeps in, when our internal vibrations become jumbled or are disrupted by external forces, it can manifest as illness, a subtle discord in the grand melody of our lives. This understanding of resonance opens up fascinating new pathways, doesn't it? It suggests that we can actively support our body's natural vibrational state, not just through what we eat or how we move, but by understanding and interacting with these subtle energetic frequencies. It hints at therapies that utilize specific frequencies to gently coax our systems back into balance, to promote healing, and to foster a deeper, more profound connection with the energetic flow of the universe itself. Think of your body like a finely tuned instrument. Each cell, each organ, plays its part, contributing to a unique overall melody. When the instrument is in tune, the music is harmonious and vibrant. When it's out of tune, the music suffers. It's a beautiful, almost poetic, way to consider our own well-being, isn't it? If life itself has its own inherent frequencies, a quiet hum that resonates within us, then it naturally leads us to wonder, how do these intimate, internal frequencies interact with the wider, cosmic frequencies we've been exploring? How do they weave together in this grand, energetic dance? Let us now weave together the threads we've explored to see the grand, interconnected pattern of the cosmos. It's a picture so vast, so deeply interwoven, it can make your breath catch, like standing at the edge of a quiet ocean. For so long, we imagined the universe as just a scattering of bright dust, a random collection of stars and galaxies flung out into an endless, empty black. But astronomy, with its patient peering eye, has revealed something far more profound. It's not a scattering at all, it's a structure, a magnificent, sprawling architecture we call the cosmic web. Imagine galaxies, not as lonely islands, but as shimmering pearls strung along invisible threads, clustered together in vast, luminous cities, separated by immense, silent voids. It's like a cosmic scaffolding, a celestial latticework holding everything in place, a grand design etched in the very fabric of space. And what shapes this breathtaking architecture? It's the unseen forces, the silent architects of the universe, the gravity, and the enigmatic duo of dark matter and dark energy. These are the invisible currents that sculpt the cosmos. We can't see them, not directly, but their influence is everywhere, a constant, gentle tugging and pushing over billions of years. Dark matter, like a cosmic glue, holds galaxies together, while dark energy, a mysterious, expansive force, pushes the universe apart. Together, they've orchestrated this intricate dance, building the cosmic web from the earliest moments of existence. But the interconnectedness doesn't stop at gravity's embrace. There are whispers from the quantum realm, hints of connections that defy distance. A quantum entanglement, for instance, suggests that particles once linked can remain connected, influencing each other instantaneously, no matter how far apart they drift. It's as if the universe has secret lines of communication, a hidden language spoken across the vastness. And then there are the Oz fields themselves, pervasive, invisible mediums that seem to hum with energy, binding distant parts of the cosmos together, suggesting a universal medium through which information and energy are constantly exchanged, a silent, flowing river connecting all things. When we truly grasp this, when we see ourselves not as isolated sparks in the darkness, but as integral, vibrant threads woven into this vast, intricate network, something shifts within us. Our existence, our very consciousness, isn't separate. It's interwoven with the very fabric of the universe, a unique vibration within this grand, cosmic symphony. We are, in essence, stardust, yes, but also starlight, connected to every distant galaxy, every shimmering filament. Think of the universe as a giant, intricate tapestry, woven with threads of light and gravity. The galaxies are the knots, the places where the threads converge and sparkle. The filaments, those vast bridges of matter, are the threads themselves, stretching across the darkness. And the immense voids? They are simply the gaps, the spaces that give the tapestry its form, its depth. Everything is connected and pulling on one thread, even a tiny one, can subtly, almost imperceptibly, affect distant parts of the tapestry. It's a delicate, beautiful interdependence. And this brings us to a question that hums with possibility. If the universe is so profoundly interconnected, so intimately linked, what role does intention play in this grand design? As we delve deeper into the subtle forces, we encounter the remarkable potential of focused consciousness. It's like discovering a hidden conductor within the orchestra of existence, ready to guide the symphony of our lives. Intention, when coupled with focused consciousness, is a truly powerful force. It's not some airy-fairy notion you see. It's the directed energy of our minds, a subtle vibration that can actually influence outcomes and help manifest our most cherished desires. Think of it as whispering a secret to the universe, but with the conviction of 1,000 suns. This isn't magic, not in the storybook sense anyway. It's a principle, a fundamental truth rooted in the beautiful, intricate interplay of our consciousness and the vast, unseen universal energies that surround and permeate us. It's the universe responding to a clear, resonant call. And this isn't just philosophical musing. Scientific research, in its own quiet, persistent way, has been hinting at this for a while. Phenomena like the Ganzfeld experiment, where participants often report vivid mental imagery or precognitive experiences when their senses are subtly deprived, or studies exploring the effects of distant healing, suggests that focused intention can have measurable effects. These findings, often subtle and sometimes debated, hint at the profound and often overlooked ways our consciousness can interact with the physical world, like a gentle hand nudging a falling leaf. Manifestation, then, is the beautiful process of bringing those thoughts and intentions into tangible, physical reality. It's like a sculptor coaxing a form from raw marble. It involves a deep alignment of our inner world, our beliefs, our emotions, the very quality of our focus, with what we genuinely desire. When these elements harmonize, they create a resonant frequency, a magnetic pull that naturally attracts corresponding experiences, like a tuning fork vibrating in response to another. It's about becoming a clear channel for what we wish to bring forth. Understanding this principle, this dance between inner and outer worlds, truly empowers us. It shifts us from being passive passengers on a journey to becoming as active co-creators of our own lives. By cultivating clear, heartfelt intentions and diligently maintaining a harmonious, aligned inner state, we can consciously weave our desires into the fabric of reality. We can align ourselves with the universe's inherent, boundless creative potential, becoming partners in the grand unfolding of existence. Think of your intention as a laser beam. Imagine a flashlight beam, scattered and diffuse, illuminating a wide area, but with little impact. Now, picture a focused laser beam. It can cut through materials, demonstrating the amplified, potent power of directed energy and unwavering focus. That's the difference intention makes. So, if our intentions, those delicate whispers of the mind, can indeed influence reality, then a natural question arises: how does the universe, in its own vast wisdom, communicate its own intentions or offer its gentle guidance to us? And as we align our intentions, the universe often responds with subtle, meaningful messages. It's as if, when we're truly seeking, when our hearts are open and our minds are quiet, the world starts to whisper back. These whispers, these as meaningful coincidences, have a name. Carl Jung called them synchronicity. It's a beautiful concept, isn't it? It's when things just, events that seem to have no direct cause, no logical thread connecting them, yet they feel profoundly significant to you. It's like the universe is giving you a little wink, a knowing nod saying, yes, you're on the right track. These aren't just random occurrences, like finding a stray penny. Synchronicity suggests something deeper, a hidden interconnectedness weaving through everything. It's like the universe has a secret language, and these moments are its gentle pronouncements. They often surface when our inner world, our thoughts, our feelings, our questions, are in a particular alignment. It's as if our inner state tunes into a specific frequency, and the universe broadcasts back, offering signals, affirmations, or perhaps just a comforting presence. Think about it. Have you ever been intensely thinking about someone, their face clear in your mind, and then your phone rings and it's them? Or you're grappling with a particular question, and suddenly, you stumble upon an answer in a book you just picked up, or a snippet of conversation you overhear. Maybe you keep seeing the same symbol, a feather, a specific bird, or a number, appearing in your path, almost as if it's following you. These are moments where the inner and outer worlds seem to merge, like two rivers flowing into one. When we start to recognize and gently honor these synchronicities, something profound begins to shift within us. It's a deepening of trust, a quiet confidence in the universe's guidance, and a strengthening of our own intuition. It invites us to look beyond the simple, linear cause and effect we're so accustomed to. It's an invitation to understand that the universe doesn't just operate on predictable mechanics, it also communicates through subtle, beautiful, patterned ways. It's like learning to read the gentle brushstrokes of a cosmic artist. Imagine you're walking through a forest, and you're really looking for a specific type of flower, maybe one you've only seen in pictures. Suddenly you start seeing that flower everywhere you look. It's on the path ahead, it's clinging to a tree trunk, you even remember dreaming about it the night before. That's synchronicity. It's not just a random scattering of petals, it's a meaningful pattern emerging, a gentle confirmation that you're seeing what you're meant to see. And if the universe communicates through these exquisite patterns, it makes us wonder, what are the patterns of the cosmos itself? What grand designs are unfolding beyond our immediate perception? What is the most memorable synchronistic event you've experienced? Let us now explore the inherent beauty and order found in the universe's recurring patterns. It's like we're slowly lifting a veil, isn't it? Peeling back the layers of what seems like random chance, only to discover a profound, underlying symphony. This journey takes us to a truly enchanting mathematical constant, a secret whispered through the cosmos, known as the golden ratio. You might have seen it represented by that elegant Greek letter, phi. It's a number approximately 1.618 that pops up in the most astonishing places. Imagine a sunflower, its seeds arranged in a mesmerizing spiral, each one perfectly placed. That spiral, my friends, often follows the golden ratio. Or picture the vast swirling arms of a galaxy, a celestial dance choreographed by this very same ratio. It's as if the universe has a favorite proportion, a secret handshake of beauty. And this isn't just out there, in the grand cosmic ballot. This ratio, this phi, is woven into the very fabric of our own being. Look at the proportions of the human body, the length of your forearm to your hand, the distance from your navel to your head compared to your total height. Often, these measurements dance around this magical number. It's present in the delicate, double helix of our DNA, the very blueprint of life itself, and in the perfect, unfurling growth of a nautilus shell, each chamber a little larger than the last, following that familiar spiral. Its sheer prevalence across such diverse phenomena suggests an underlying principle, a natural inclination towards elegant efficiency, and a deep, resonant to us aesthetic harmony that's simply woven into the very tapestry of existence. It's a signature, a divine fingerprint. Now, to truly grasp this, we often look to the Fibonacci sequence. It's a simple series, really 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, and so on, where each number is simply the sum of the two that came before it. What's remarkable is how closely this sequence approximates the golden ratio. As you go further down the sequence, the ratio of any number to the one before it gets closer and closer to 1.618, and like its elegant cousin, phi, this sequence also makes its grand appearance in nature. Think of the petals on a flower, the branching of trees, the arrangement of leaves on a stem. It's a fundamental mathematical blueprint for growth and for form, a quiet instruction manual for how things tend to unfold and expand. It's a language the universe speaks, and we're just beginning to learn its grammar. The presence of these pervasive patterns, these mathematical echoes throughout the natural world, and even within ourselves, suggests something profound. It hints that perhaps the universe isn't as chaotic as it sometimes feels. Instead, it possesses an inherent, deeply embedded order and an undeniable, quiet beauty. Recognizing these universal patterns, these recurring motifs, can foster a profound sense of awe, can it not? It can cultivate a feeling of deep connection, revealing the quiet, mathematical elegance that underlies all creation, from the smallest atom to the most distant star. It's a reminder that we are part of something far grander, far more intricate and beautiful than we might initially perceive. Think of the golden ratio as a universal blueprint for beauty and efficiency. It's like a perfect musical chord that resonates across different scales, appearing in everything from the graceful curve of a nautilus shell to the carefully balanced proportions of a masterpiece painting. It's a harmony that nature seems to instinctively understand. And if these patterns are so universal, so deeply ingrained in the very structure of reality, how do you think they might influence our own perception and understanding of beauty? It's a question that leads us beautifully into our next exploration. And as we observe these universal patterns, a profound truth begins to emerge: the illusion of separation. It's like waking up from a long, vivid dream and realizing the characters you met, the places you visited, were all conjured from within. From a scientific perspective, this idea of separation is quite fascinating, isn't it? When we look at the very building blocks of ourselves, we find we're made of the same fundamental particles that paint the night sky with stardust and hold galaxies together. The atoms that hum within your heart, that flicker in your eyes, were once forged in the fiery furnaces of ancient stars. Think about that for a moment. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, all born from the explosive death throes of suns that lived and died billions of years ago. We are, quite literally, stardust made manifest, a cosmic inheritance woven into our very being. This isn't just poetic fancy, it's the elegant tapestry of physics, reminding us that our origins are deeply, irrevocably intertwined with the grandest cosmic ballet. Philosophically, the idea of a separate self, this I, that feels so distinct, can be viewed as a beautiful, intricate construct of the mind. Our consciousness, in its infinite capacity, creates this sense of individuality, like a painter meticulously crafting a unique portrait. But what if, beneath the surface of these individual portraits, there's a single vast canvas? What if true reality is not a collection of separate entities, but rather one unified consciousness, or a fundamental energetic field from which all individuality arises, like the myriad forms a single drop of water can take in the vast ocean? This perspective invites us to question the boundaries we often erect, both within ourselves and between each other. The interconnectedness we've explored through concepts like quantum entanglement, energetic fields, and resonance all point towards this grand unified whole. Diversity, then, isn't a sign of separation, but rather the most exquisite expression of this underlying unity. Imagine a symphony orchestra. Each instrument, each musician, plays a distinct part, a unique melody. Yet, when they play together, guided by a shared score, they create something far richer, far more profound than the sum of their individual notes. We are like those different notes, appearing distinct and individual, but all contributing to a single, magnificent symphony of existence. Embracing this profound sense of unity can gently shift our entire perspective, fostering a deep wellspring of compassion and empathy. It's like seeing your own reflection in the eyes of another. When we recognize that the well-being of one is intrinsically, beautifully linked to the well-being of all, the impulse to compete or to hoard begins to dissolve, replaced by a natural inclination towards collaboration and shared flourishing. It's a fundamental reorientation, moving from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance, from isolation to belonging. Imagine the ocean. Waves appear so distinct, with their own unique shapes, their own crests and troughs, their own fleeting patterns. But if you look closer, if you feel the water, you know they are all made of the same, single substance. They are all, fundamentally, part of the same vast, boundless ocean. We are like those waves, appearing separate on the surface, with our individual journeys and experiences, but we are all, at our core, connected to the universal ocean of existence. If we are all so deeply connected, how can we better attune ourselves to this universal unity? And what does that attunement truly feel like? In the midst of this vast cosmic interconnectedness, the simplest yet most profound tool we possess is stillness. In the whirlwind of our modern lives, it's so easy to feel like we're constantly being pulled in 1,000 directions. We're bombarded with notifications, with endless streams of information, with the sheer hum of existence. And in all that noise, we often overlook something truly remarkable, something incredibly powerful: the simple, quiet act of stillness. It's in these moments of quiet contemplation, when the world outside seems to fade just a little, that we can truly begin to hear the subtle whispers of the universe. Not the loud pronouncements, but the gentle nudges, the quiet intuitions, the deep, resonant hum of our own inner wisdom. It's like tuning into a very delicate radio frequency, one that's easily drowned out by static. Stillness, you see, is the great clarifier. It allows the constant, often frantic, chatter of the mind to quiet down. Imagine a glass of water that's been stirred up, cloudy and opaque. The mind, in its usual state, can feel a bit like that. But when we invite stillness, it's like letting that sediment settle. Slowly, gently, the water begins to clear. And as it clears, deeper insights, the gems of truth, begin to emerge from the depths. This is where we can most effectively tune into those subtle frequencies, the ones that speak of our deepest knowing, the ones that guide us toward our truest path. It's in this clarity that we can finally discern the signal from the noise. And how do we cultivate this precious stillness? Well, it's not about achieving some impossible state of blankness. It's about gentle practices like sitting in meditation, even for just a few moments. It's taking deep, conscious breaths, feeling the air fill your lungs and release, a gentle rhythm that anchors you to the present. It's about mindful presence, simply being aware of where you are, what you're experiencing, without judgment. These practices, they're like little anchors in the storm. They help to quiet the external noise. Yes, more importantly, they help to align our internal vibrations. They create a beautiful receptivity, opening us up to the subtle energies that truly permeate all of existence, the very currents of consciousness we've been exploring. By embracing stillness, by consciously choosing to invite these quiet moments into our lives, we can begin to access a profound sense of peace. It's a peace that doesn't depend on external circumstances, but one that arises from within, and with that peace comes clarity. We start to see things not through the lens of our anxieties or our hurried thoughts, but with a calm, steady gaze. It is in these quiet moments that we can best connect with that universal consciousness, that vast, intelligent ocean of being. And in that connection, we can begin to understand our own unique place, our own beautiful thread within the grand, intricate tapestry of life. It's a homecoming of sorts, a return to a deeper understanding of ourselves and our world. Think of your mind as a busy, bustling city. There are cars honking, people rushing, constant activity. Stillness is like finding a quiet, hidden park within that vibrant city. In the park, the city's noise fades to a murmur. You can hear the birds singing, feel the gentle breeze rustling through the leaves, and connect with a deeper sense of peace that the city's relentless activity often drowns out. It's a sanctuary, a place of quiet restoration. So if stillness is so incredibly powerful, so vital for accessing our inner wisdom, the question then becomes, how do we actually integrate it into our daily lives, amidst that constant, relentless flow of information and demands? And as we embrace stillness, let us also attune ourselves to the natural rhythms that govern our planet. It's a gentle invitation, really, to remember that we are not separate from this grand, breathing world. Nature, you see, operates on a profound cycle of rhythms. Think of the ebb and flow of the tides, a constant, rhythmic pulse dictated by the moon's distant embrace. Or the diurnal cycle, the steady turning of day into night, a celestial clock that has guided life since its very beginnings. And then there are the changing seasons, each a distinct tempo, a different melody in the grand symphony of existence. These rhythms aren't random occurrences. They are dictated by celestial forces, deeply ingrained in the very fabric of life, a cosmic heartbeat we can all feel, even if we don't always consciously acknowledge it. And here's where it gets truly fascinating. Our own biological systems are intimately synchronized with these grand, natural rhythms. It's not just a poetic notion, it's a biological reality. Our circadian rhythms, that internal clock that governs our sleep-wake cycles, are a direct echo of the Earth's rotation. Our hormone cycles, the subtle shifts that ebb and flow within us, are also influenced by these larger, external pulses. When we live in harmony with these natural cycles, when we allow our lives to dance to the same beat as the moon and the sun, we experience a profound sense of greater vitality and well-being. It's like tuning a finely crafted instrument. When all the strings are in tune with the universal orchestra, the music is simply more beautiful, more resonant. Spending time in nature, then, is not just a pleasant pastime. It's a form of deep reconnection. It's about allowing ourselves to be bathed in these fundamental vibrations. Imagine listening to the waves crash upon the shore, feeling their rhythmic surge and retreat. Or perhaps it's the sensation of the sun's warmth on your skin, a gentle, life-giving energy. Or the quiet peace of walking through a forest, the rustling leaves a whispered conversation. These experiences are more than just sensory pleasures, they are a form of biofeedback, a subtle recalibration of our internal systems. Nature is gently nudging us back into alignment, reminding our bodies and minds of their innate connection to the Earth's ancient pulse. And it's not just the grand cycles, but the subtle energies of nature that weave their magic. It's the scent of rain on dry earth, a promise of renewal. It's the warmth of sunlight filtering through leaves, painting dappled patterns on the forest floor. It's the grounding presence of the earth beneath your bare feet, a silent, steadfast anchor. All these seemingly small things contribute to a profound sense of balance and interconnectedness. They are gentle whispers from the universe, reminding us of our intrinsic link to the larger cosmic dance, a dance we are all a part of, whether we realize it or not. Think of your life as a boat on a river. The natural rhythms of the universe are the currents, the unseen forces that shape the flow of the water. If you try to fight against the current, to paddle furiously in the opposite direction, it's an exhausting uphill battle, isn't it? But if you learn to flow with the current, to understand its direction and power, your journey becomes smoother, more effortless, even joyful. You still have your oars, your ability to steer, but you're working with the river, not against it. That's the essence of attuning to nature's rhythms. And this leads us to a truly captivating question: how do these natural rhythms, these subtle influences, affect the very consciousness that perceives them? Let us now focus, with a quiet kind of wonder, on a specific, powerful force that shields and sustains us, a force that's always there, yet often unseen. We're talking about Earth's magnetic field. Imagine our planet, this beautiful vibrant sphere, cradled within a vast invisible bubble. This isn't some flimsy soap bubble, mind you, but a powerful, protective embrace generated deep within the very heart of our world. It's born from the tumultuous, molten iron core, a churning, liquid inferno that, through a process we call the geodynamo, spins out this magnetic shield, our magnetosphere. This extraordinary bubble acts as our planet's personal bodyguard, a silent sentinel deflecting the relentless onslaught of the solar wind, that stream of charged particles, constantly streaming from the sun, and the more potent, sometimes damaging, cosmic rays that journey through the universe. Without this invisible embrace, our atmosphere would be stripped away, and the very fabric of life, as we know it, would simply unravel under the harsh, unfiltered energies of space. It's like having an invisible cosmic sunscreen, protecting us from the most intense rays. But this field, this grand protector, is far from being a static, unchanging entity. It's alive in its own way, a dynamic force that breathes and shifts over immense stretches of geological time. It fluctuates, its strength waxing and waning, and over eons, it even reverses its polarity. Imagine the North Magnetic Pole one day becoming the South, and vice versa. These aren't sudden, cataclysmic events, but slow, ponderous dances that can take thousands of years. And these subtle shifts, these deep, planetary breaths, can subtly influence life and entire planetary systems. It's a beautiful reminder that even the most seemingly stable forces in the universe are, in fact, in a constant state of gentle flux, a testament to the ever-evolving nature of reality. And here's where it gets truly fascinating: many migratory animals, creatures that navigate our planet with an instinct we can only marvel at, possess an astonishing ability to sense and utilize this magnetic field. Think of the tireless journeys of birds, their wings beating with an ancient rhythm as they traverse continents, or the majestic, epic migrations of whales, their immense bodies guided across vast oceans. They have a form of magnetoreception, a biological compass, using Earth's magnetic field for navigation. It's as if they're attuned to a subtle, planetary hum, a silent language spoken by the Earth itself, demonstrating a deep, innate connection to these subtle, energetic influences that surround us. They're literally reading the planet's magnetic map. As we delve deeper into understanding our planet's magnetic field, we begin to appreciate the intricate, delicate balance that makes life here possible. It's more than just a scientific curiosity. It's a profound testament to the subtle forces at play, the unseen architects that create a sanctuary, a safe harbor where life can not only exist but flourish, and where consciousness, our very essence, can awaken and bloom. It's a quiet miracle, this invisible shield. Think of Earth's magnetic field as a gentle, invisible guardian. It stands between us and the harsh, untamed energies of space, creating a safe harbor where life can evolve and consciousness can awaken, nurtured within its protective embrace. It's a silent, constant act of love from our planet, and this leads us to a wonderful question, doesn't it? If our Earth, this beautiful blue marble, has such a profound magnetic field, do other celestial bodies, perhaps distant planets or even stars, possess similar subtle energetic influences? Or could it be that the entire universe itself is woven with these unseen energetic threads? Have you ever experienced the breathtaking beauty of an aurora, those ethereal ribbons of light dancing across the night sky? That's a visible manifestation of Earth's magnetic field at work, interacting with solar particles, a stunning reminder of the invisible forces that shape our world and our experience. And it's here, within the influence of these geomagnetic fields, that we find intriguing connections to consciousness. It's a subtle dance, isn't it? This invisible embrace that surrounds our planet. We talk so much about the tangible, the things we can see and touch, but there's this vast, silent symphony playing out all around us, a constant hum that we're only just beginning to truly listen to. Research, you see, it's starting to suggest that these gentle fluctuations in Earth's magnetic field, these subtle shifts in its invisible blanket, can actually influence our own human physiology and psychology. It's not a dramatic shove, more like a whisper carried on the wind. These effects might manifest as changes in our mood, perhaps a touch more melancholy or a flicker of unexpected joy. They could influence our sleep patterns, making those nights feel a little deeper, or perhaps a bit more restless. Even our cognitive processes, the very way our thoughts weave and connect, might be subtly nudged by these planetary rhythms. The exact mechanisms, of course, are still being explored, like trying to catch moonlight in our hands, but the hints are there, shimmering at the edges of our understanding. Now, some of the more poetic theories, the ones that really make you pause and ponder, propose that our own electromagnetic fields, the subtle energetic signature that emanates from each of us, might actually resonate with these geomagnetic frequencies. Imagine it like tuning forks, each vibrating at its own unique pitch. When those pitches align, even for a fleeting moment, there's a sympathetic hum, a shared vibration. This could be one of the pathways, one of the quiet conduits, through which the subtle energies of our Earth, this living, breathing planet, might influence our own consciousness, our very sense of being. It's a thought that feels both ancient and incredibly modern. And then there are the places, aren't there? Those spots on our planet where the magnetic field behaves a little differently. Areas with strong geomagnetic activity, or perhaps unique magnetic anomalies, have sometimes been associated with experiences that feel heightened. Reports of heightened spiritual experiences, or phenomena that seem to defy easy explanation, have often emerged from these particular locales. While these observations remain speculative, like whispers from the past, they certainly invite further investigation, don't they? They beckon us to look closer, to listen more intently to what these unusual energetic signatures might be telling us. Ultimately, the Earth's magnetic field is a foundational aspect of our planet's energetic signature. It's part of the very fabric of our existence here. Understanding its subtle influence on consciousness, even in these early stages, allows us to appreciate the intricate, almost tender, interplay between our inner world, our own unique consciousness, and the subtle, pervasive forces of the cosmos that surround us. It's a reminder that we're not separate, but rather deeply interwoven with the grand tapestry of existence. Imagine your consciousness as a delicate instrument, perhaps a harp, its strings finely tuned. And Earth's magnetic field, well, it's like a subtle, invisible wind that can cause those harp strings to vibrate gently. It doesn't play a loud, booming chord, but rather a unique, underlying melody that subtly influences the overall sound, the resonance of your entire being. If Earth's magnetic field is so influential, so capable of these subtle connections, it naturally leads us to wonder, What about the magnetic fields of other celestial bodies? What happens when we consider the influence of the sun, the moon, the distant stars? That's where our journey takes us next. And before we drift further, a little question for you: do you ever feel more grounded, or perhaps more sensitive to the environment around you on certain days than others? We'd love to hear your experiences in the comments below. As we broaden our perspective, drifting further out from our little blue marble, we discover that magnetic fields aren't just a terrestrial phenomenon. They're a pervasive, cosmic hum, a silent symphony played out across the vast expanse of space. Think about our sun, that magnificent fiery heart of our solar system. It's not just a ball of light and heat, it's a gigantic dynamo, generating an incredibly powerful magnetic field. This field is the architect of so many solar spectacles. It's what sparks those dramatic solar flares, those sudden, brilliant bursts of energy that leap from its surface. And it's responsible for coronal mass ejections, these colossal clouds of charged particles, like cosmic exhalations, that are flung outwards into space. This constant stream, the solar wind, washes over the planets, including our own, shaping our magnetosphere and even influencing our weather. It's a constant, energetic dialogue between star and planet, mediated by these invisible lines of force. But the magnetism doesn't stop at the edge of our solar system. Galaxies themselves, these swirling islands of stars, gas and dust, possess immense, large-scale magnetic fields. These aren't just faint whispers, they are powerful currents that weave through the galactic tapestry. They act like cosmic shepherds, influencing the motion of gas and dust, guiding the very raw materials that will eventually coalesce into new stars. These fields play a crucial role in the grand ballad of galactic structures, shaping how stars are born, how they evolve, and how the galaxy itself maintains its form. They are the unseen scaffolding upon which the universe builds its wonders. The study of cosmic magnetism, this interstellar magnetism, is like deciphering the universe's own energetic language. It helps us understand not just the evolution of celestial bodies, but also the peculiar behavior of plasma, that ionized gas that makes up so much of the cosmos. It's how we trace the paths of energetic particles, these tiny travelers carrying immense power, as they journey across unimaginable distances. It's a fundamental force, a subtle yet profound shaper of everything we see, from the smallest nebula to the largest galactic cluster. It's a universal energetic framework, a subtle, connecting force that influences the distribution of matter and energy throughout the cosmos. Imagine the universe as a vast, deep ocean, filled with unseen currents and powerful tides. Stars and galaxies are like massive whirlpools, or perhaps colossal underwater currents, each generating its own unique magnetic field. These fields, in turn, influence the flow of plasma and energy around them, creating intricate patterns and driving cosmic phenomena. It's a dance of invisible forces, a constant interplay shaping the very fabric of reality. And if these magnetic fields are so profoundly influential, so woven into the very structure of the cosmos, it leads us to a fascinating question. How do they interact with the fundamental forces we first discussed? The forces that govern the very building blocks of existence. And it's in the search for unifying principles that we find the deepest quest for cosmic harmony. Imagine, if you will, the universe as an impossibly vast, intricate tapestry. We see the vibrant threads of light, the deep indigo of space, the fairy dance of stars, and the delicate shimmer of galaxies. Each of these is a distinct element, a unique color, a particular texture. But what if, at the very heart of it all, there's just one single, foundational thread? That's the dream of unified field theory. It's this profound theoretical quest to describe all the fundamental forces and particles of nature, all the seemingly diverse expressions of the cosmos, as just different manifestations of a single, underlying field, a singular, elegant principle. It's physics' ultimate yearning for simplicity, for an almost poetic beauty in its explanation of reality. It's like finding the one perfectly tuned instrument that plays every note in the grand orchestra. And we've actually made some remarkable progress on this journey. Think back to the early days of physics, where forces like electromagnetism, the force that binds light and electricity, seemed entirely separate from the incredibly powerful, yet tiny, forces that hold atomic nuclei together, the strong and weak nuclear forces. Physicists, with incredible ingenuity, have managed to weave these together, showing how they're actually two sides of the same coin, unified into what we call the electroweak and the strong force. It's like discovering that the warmth of the sun and the cool glow of the moon are both just different expressions of light. But there's this one, rather stubborn force, gravity, that's been eluding this grand unification. It's the gentle, persistent pull that keeps our feet on the ground, that shapes the orbits of planets, and yet it doesn't easily fit into the same elegant framework as the other forces. This is where theories like string theory, with its vibrating strings in higher dimensions, or loop quantum gravity, with its quantized fabric of spacetime, come into play, each attempting to bridge this final, formidable gap. This relentless pursuit of a unified field theory, this deep dive into the universe's fundamental workings, suggests something truly breathtaking. It hints that the universe, at its most foundational level, isn't a chaotic jumble, but rather operates with a profound sense of order and interconnectedness. It points towards a singular, energetic source, a primordial hum from which all the apparent diversity we witness, from the smallest subatomic particle to the largest galactic cluster, ultimately arises. It's like discovering that the immense variety of sounds in a symphony all originate from the same set of vibrating strings or resonating air columns. There's a hidden unity, a quiet symphony playing beneath the surface of everything. While these unified field theories remain, for now, firmly in the realm of the theoretical, their very existence, their persistent exploration speaks volumes about us. It reflects a deep, intrinsic human desire, a yearning that echoes through our philosophies, our art, and our science, to understand the underlying unity of existence. We want to peel back the layers, to find that single, quiet frequency that orchestrates the entire cosmic symphony, the fundamental note that resonates through all of creation. It's a quest for belonging, for recognizing ourselves as part of a grand, coherent whole. Think of a kaleidoscope. You know, those beautiful tubes where you look through one end, and with a gentle turn, a new, intricate pattern of colored glass emerges. Each turn creates a completely new, mesmerizing design, a burst of color and symmetry. But all those dazzling patterns, all that apparent complexity, are made from the same few, simple pieces of colored glass. Unified field theory is like the physicist's desire to find those fundamental pieces, those basic building blocks and underlying principles that, when arranged and interacted with in different ways, create all the diverse forces and particles, all the phenomena that we observe in the universe. It's about finding the simple truth behind all the beautiful illusions. And if the universe, in its deepest essence, is striving for this kind of unity, this interconnected harmony, it naturally leads us to wonder, how does this grand cosmic aspiration relate to our own personal journey? How does this search for universal wholeness connect with our own individual quests for becoming more complete, more integrated beings? That's what we'll gently explore next. And as we contemplate this profound sense of unity, this interconnectedness that hums beneath the surface of everything, we begin to perceive something truly remarkable. We begin to perceive that perhaps the universe isn't quite so much about a matter as it is about information. It's a thought that's been whispering through the halls of science, a gentle rumble gaining momentum. The idea that information might actually be the fundamental building block of our reality, rather than the solid stuff we can touch and see. Think about it. From the baffling dance of quantum entanglement, where particles seem to know about each other across vast distances, to the elegant concept of the holographic principle, which suggests our three-dimensional universe might be encoded on a two-dimensional surface, physics is hinting at something extraordinary. It's suggesting that the very underlying structure of everything, the deepest, most irreducible essence of the cosmos, might be informational, and that the matter and energy we experience, the stardust and the light, are simply the expressions of this deeper code. Consider our own existence. Our DNA, that intricate, spiraling ladder, is a marvel of information encoded within matter. It's the blueprint, the instruction manual for building a human, for weaving together the symphony of cells that makes us hiss. But then, the question arises, doesn't it? Could there be something even more fundamental? A more subtle energetic blueprint, a vast, invisible field of information that influences not just the formation of a single cell or a complex organism, but the very behavior and essence of all things. A field that might even hold the keys to our own consciousness. This perspective, this gentle shift in focus, really does challenge our ingrained materialist worldview, doesn't it? It invites us to consider that perhaps, just perhaps, consciousness and intention aren't mere byproducts of complex physical processes. What if instead consciousness and intention are primary? What if they are the very forces that shape this subtle energetic information, this cosmic data stream, which then in turn manifests as the physical reality we perceive all around us? It's like the universe is a vast, intricate tapestry, and the threads aren't just physical fibers, but patterns of pure information. If we lean into this idea, if we truly embrace the notion that the universe is an energetic blueprint, then understanding its intricate patterns and subtle frequencies becomes our pathway. It's like learning a new language, a cosmic language spoken in vibrations and resonances. By deciphering these patterns, by attuning ourselves to these frequencies, we can begin to comprehend the underlying information that guides existence itself. It's a profound invitation to listen to the universe's quiet hum. Think of it like a computer, a familiar analogy but a helpful one. The physical hardware, the silicon chips and the wires, that's our matter. On its own, it's inert, a collection of inert components. But load it with software, with data, with information, and suddenly it comes alive. It can create worlds, connect us across continents, hold vast libraries of knowledge. The universe might be remarkably similar, with an underlying informational code, a vast energetic blueprint that gives rise to the physical reality we perceive, the stars, the oceans, the very breath we take. And this leads us to a truly fascinating question, doesn't it? If information is so utterly fundamental, so deeply woven into the fabric of reality, then how does consciousness actually access and process this cosmic data? How do we tap into that energetic blueprint? That's a journey we'll begin to explore next. Let us now venture into the most profoundly empty, yet potent space imaginable, the quantum vacuum. It's a concept that, for me, feels like stepping into a hushed cathedral, where the silence itself hums with an unseen energy. You might imagine, as I once did, that empty space is just, well, empty. A blank canvas, a void. But quantum physics, in its beautifully counterintuitive way, whispers a different story. It tells us that this called emptiness is anything but still. It's a dynamic, fluctuating field, a cosmic dance floor where virtual particles are perpetually popping into and out of existence. Imagine them as fleeting sparks, born from nothing and returning to it in the blink of an eye, a ceaseless tide of potential energy. It's a sea, really, but not of water. It's a sea of pure potential energy, constantly churning, alive in its own ethereal way. And these aren't just pretty theories spun from mathematical elegance. These vacuum fluctuations, these ephemeral whispers of existence, have very real, observable effects. One of the most striking is the Casimir effect. Picture two incredibly smooth, parallel metal plates, placed ever so close together, almost kissing. In the vast emptiness between them, the quantum vacuum is teeming with these virtual particles. But the space between the plates is more restricted than the space outside. This difference, this subtle imbalance in the vacuum energies, creates a pressure, an invisible push, that urges the plates closer. It's a gentle, yet undeniable, attractive force, a tangible demonstration that even in what we perceive as nothingness, there's a profound energetic interplay at work. It's like feeling a subtle breeze you can't see, but you can feel its effect on the leaves. The quantum vacuum is often considered the DOS ground state of all quantum fields. Think of it as the fundamental substrate, the foundational layer from which all particles and forces, everything we perceive as solid and real, eventually emerge. It's the ultimate source, the quiet wellspring of the universe's energetic activity. It's the primordial soup, not of life but of energy itself. Before the symphony of the cosmos began, before the first star ignited, there was this vacuum, this fertile ground, holding within it the blueprint and the raw material for everything that would ever be. It's the ultimate cosmic womb, if you will. This concept truly challenges our very perception of emptiness, doesn't it? What appears vacant to our senses, what we might dismiss as mere nothingness, is, in fact, brimming with boundless potential. It's a subtle energetic matrix, an invisible tapestry that underlies all manifest reality. It's the silent hum beneath the roar of existence, holding within it the very seeds of creation. It's like looking at a perfectly still lake at dawn, and knowing that beneath that glassy surface, a whole world of life is stirring, waiting for the sun's first kiss. Think of the quantum vacuum like the silent, fertile soil before a garden is planted. It appears empty, perhaps even barren to the untrained eye, but it contains all the potential for growth, all the hidden nutrients, and the underlying energy needed for life, for vibrant flowers and nourishing vegetables to emerge. It's not an absence of something, but a fullness of possibility. And this brings us to a truly captivating question, doesn't it? If this vacuum is so full of potential, so brimming with possibility, can consciousness itself, our own awareness, learn to tap into this boundless source? Can we, in our quiet moments, connect with this fundamental energetic matrix? We'll explore that next. And it is here, in the heart of potential, that we explore our connection to the universe's source. Imagine, if you will, a deep, silent wellspring, a place where everything is possible, even before it takes form. This is, in essence, what some physicists and philosophers are beginning to call the zero-point field. It's a concept that whispers of the universe's most fundamental energetic state, the absolute bedrock of existence, the lowest possible energy level any quantum system can possibly possess. Think of it as the universe's quiet hum, a pervasive, invisible fabric that underpins all of space, time, a constant, subtle vibration that's always there, even in what we perceive as empty space. It's a vast, unseen ocean of potential energy, a boundless reservoir from which all manifest reality seems to emerge. Now, this is where things get truly fascinating, where the edges of science begin to blur with the whispers of the mystical. Some truly speculative theories, venturing into the more adventurous territories of quantum physics, propose that our very own consciousness might not just be a passive observer of this field, but an active participant. They suggest that consciousness could, in some profound way, interact with or tap into this zero-point energy. Imagine it, if you can, like a delicate antenna, finely tuned to the universe's most subtle broadcasts. This connection, this potential resonance, could offer explanations for those moments of pure insight, those flashes of intuition that seem to arrive from nowhere, the sudden bursts of creativity that paint our world with new colors, or even those seemingly impossible instances of spontaneous healing. It's as if our inner landscape can somehow align with this universal energetic flow. So, how do we begin to even as approach such a profound connection? The idea is that by consciously aligning our own internal energetic state, our own frequency, with the fundamental frequencies of the universe itself, we can create a kind of sympathetic vibration. Practices like meditation, where we quiet the mental chatter and cultivate a deep sense of presence, or the power of focused intention, where we direct our inner energy with clarity and purpose, might be the keys. These practices, in essence, could be like tuning our internal radio to the universal station, allowing us to access a boundless source of potential and information that's always available, always present. It's about becoming a harmonious note within the grand symphony of existence. This entire exploration, you see, sits right on the very edge of what we currently understand, a place where scientific inquiry meets philosophical wonder. It paints a picture of a universe that's far more interconnected, far more alive, than we might have initially imagined. It suggests that the consciousness and energy are not separate entities, but rather inextricably linked, two sides of the same shimmering coin. In this view, we're not just passive spectators watching the cosmic play unfold. We are, in fact, active participants, vital threads woven into the very energetic flow of existence, capable of influencing and being influenced by this grand, universal dance. Imagine the zero-point field as an infinite, silent ocean of pure energy, a boundless expanse of potential, utterly still yet brimming with all possibilities. Our consciousness, when it finds its own stillness, when it becomes calm and focused, can be like a skilled surfer, not fighting the waves, but rather sensing the subtle shifts, the almost imperceptible currents of this ocean. By attuning ourselves, we can learn to ride these subtle waves, accessing its boundless power, its infinite wisdom. As we approach the end of our journey through these hidden forces, What final reflections can we carry forward? What practices help you feel most connected to a sense of universal energy or flow? And so, we arrive at the quiet conclusion of our exploration into the universe's hidden forces. It feels like standing on a mountaintop after a long climb, the air thin and clear, the vista stretching out in a way that makes your heart feel both small and infinitely vast. We've journeyed through the subtle vibrations of existence, from the almost imperceptible quantum dance of particles, those tiny, energetic whispers, to the grand, sweeping architecture of spacetime itself, like a cosmic ballad unfolding in slow motion. And what we've come to recognize, perhaps with a sense of quiet awe, is that the universe isn't an empty stage, but a vibrant, breathing entity, alive with unseen energies and interconnected forces that hum beneath the surface of our everyday awareness. It's like discovering that the air you breathe is also a river of light. We've explored the profound role of fields, those invisible architects that shape everything from the trajectory of a planet to the way two magnets might gently repel or attract. We've considered resonance, that sympathetic vibration that can amplify even the faintest signal, suggesting a reality far more subtle and participatory than we might initially perceive. It's as if the universe is constantly listening, constantly responding. The quiet universe, my friends, speaks volumes if we only attune ourselves to its whispers, if we quiet the noise within ourselves long enough to hear its gentle, persistent song. It's like learning to hear the language of the wind in the rustling leaves. The hidden forces we've uncovered, the uncanny entanglement of quantum particles, the elegant curvature of gravity, the ceaseless flow of electromagnetic currents, the existence of subtle fields we're only beginning to map, the fascinating resonance within our own bodies, and the recurring universal patterns that seem to echo across galaxies, are all, in essence, threads in a magnificent tapestry. They weave together the very fabric of the cosmos, and in the most intimate way, our own existence. Each thread, seemingly separate, is inextricably linked to the others, creating a pattern of breathtaking complexity and beauty. It's a cosmic quilt, stitched with starlight and intention. So, carry these insights with you as we gently transition from this shared space. Remember that you are fundamentally connected, a node in this vast, energetic network. Understand that stillness, that quiet inner space, often reveals truth more readily than frantic searching, and know that the universe's quiet hum, that underlying vibration, is a constant, gentle invitation to deeper understanding and a more profound awareness of your place within it all. It's a lullaby sung in the language of existence. Think of it like this, like a single, pure note resonating in a vast, hushed concert hall. Our individual consciousness, our unique vibration, contributes to the grand, unfolding symphony of the universe. Even in moments of perceived quiet, when the external world seems to fade, there is a profound, interconnected resonance that binds us all together, a silent chorus echoing through the cosmos. What is one key takeaway from this journey, this gentle unfolding, that you will hold on to as you move forward? We have traversed the unseen currents, the silent hums, and the subtle forces that shape our reality, from the quantum realm's delightful paradoxes to the grand cosmic web that stretches across unimaginable distances. We've glimpsed the profound interconnectedness that binds everything, a delicate, invisible web woven with energy and intention. We've seen how fields, resonance, and even consciousness itself play intricate, often surprising, roles in the quiet symphony of existence. Remember the gentle whispers of photons, the organizing power of vibration, and the deep, ancient wisdom held within stillness, that fertile ground from which all understanding grows. Take your time with this thought. Let it settle like dust motes in a sunbeam. The universe, in its quiet grandeur, is not a collection of separate, isolated objects, but a unified, pulsating field of potential and information. Our perception of individuality, while precious and real in our experience, is but a fleeting, beautiful expression of this boundless, interconnected whole. To understand these hidden forces, these subtle energies, is to understand ourselves as integral, vital threads in the magnificent cosmic tapestry, capable of resonance, harmony, and conscious participation. Let this awareness inspire a sense of deep awe, an unshakable belonging, and a profound, abiding peace, knowing that the quiet universe is, in its deepest essence, a reflection of your own most luminous, inherent nature. I invite you, with all my heart, to share your reflections on this journey in the comments below. What resonated most deeply with you? What questions have arisen, like gentle seedlings pushing through the soil? Your thoughts add so much to our collective understanding and create a beautiful, harmonious resonance within our community. Thank you truly for sharing this sacred space with me tonight, for allowing these frequencies to flow between us. And now, as this exploration gently concludes, allow the subtle frequencies we've explored together to lull you into a state of deep, restorative rest. Feel the quiet embrace of the universe surrounding you, a gentle cradle of pure energy and profound peace. Drift into a deep, healing sleep, carrying the echoes of this quiet universe, its subtle whispers and its profound connections, with you into your dreams. Sweet dreams, dear friends.